First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to my good friend Dolce for making me that awesome intro. You can check out his channel in the description. Now let's talk about the H52 CQB, what you would call a carbine. And the best feature of a carbine is that it is actually universal for all the classes in Battlefield 4. Doesn't matter if you're a medic or a recon, you can still use the carbines. So, being one of the carbines, it had some pretty stiff competition between them. Guns like the AK-12 and the ACWR are really good weapons, and people tend to use those because they are very easy to unlock. So is the H52 CQB, but it takes a little bit longer to play with the carbine to actually unlock this weapon. Why do I actually review this weapon then? Well, I was actually convinced that the AK-12 and the ACWR were the best carbines in the carbine class, until I came across this weapon. And especially the stats were actually kind of interesting to me, and here they are. The gun has a maximum damage of 34 up to around 8 meters and drops off to 20 at around 50, which is actually a really high damage. It is the highest damaging carbine in the class, which is mostly the reason why I actually like it that much. The fire rate is 650 rounds per minute, which isn't that high if you compare it to the other carbines, but the damage model definitely makes up for that. Also unusual about this weapon is the magazine size. With 25 rounds and you have 1 round chambered, makes it 26. Compared to the other carbines with 30 rounds, I think this is currently the weakest aspect of this weapon. Now, as you would expect with 650 rounds per minute, it isn't that good at CQB, or what you would call close quarters combat. Even though if the gun's high damage at closer ranges, I think it is best avoidable to get up close and personal with your enemy. Now, also something to remind yourself of is the magazine size. Those 5 rounds matter. I actually find myself running into an empty mag every now and then, just because I'm not used to that 5 round difference. Now let's talk about the attachments, starting off with the optics. I would definitely recommend the Coyote Red Dot sight. If you need a little bit more range, you could also add a magnifier if you really need that. And I like using this sight all the time. But of course, it's all up to your personal preference. As an accessory, I would go with the laser sight. You could always go with the magnifier if you need it on your Coyote Red Dot sight. But on close quarters combat, not having to aim down sight actually helped me out a lot on this gun. As a barrel attachment, I would recommend the muzzle brake. I personally hate side-to-side recoil. I can deal with vertical recoil, but side-to-side recoil, I'm just derping around, so muzzle brake is the best answer for me. I wouldn't recommend going with a suppressor on this weapon, because the muzzle velocity decreases massively when you're using it. As an underbarrel attachment, I would either choose the stubby grip or the potato grip. Now the stubby grip is actually a little bit easier to unlock because it is not battle pack unlocked and the potato grip is. But if you unlocked it, I would say go with the potato grip. Now this weapon is an absolute beast when it comes to engaging enemies at medium ranges. I prefer this carbine over almost all the assault rifles when it comes to that. And because of the low fire rate on this weapon, I think it is actually really effective on medium ranges without having to control your recoil all that much. And this gun definitely packs a punch. The maximum damage of 34 is extremely high for a carbine and it actually comes close to the Scar H territory. But I found that the recoil on this gun is way easier to compensate for. This is one of my favorite weapons in Battlefield 4 at the moment. Together with the ACWR, this gun is my favorite of the carbines. And I would definitely recommend it to engage enemies at medium ranges. Try to avoid those close ranges and you should get the best performance out of this gun. I hope you liked this review. If you did, leave a like rating. And I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.